Oh my goodness, the Coyotes are up 4-1. Surely this can't go wrong.
3 hours later.
What? How did they come back from that? What's going on? What? Come on! What were you doing? It ain't easy being a Coyotes fan. And it ain't easy being a Coyotes fan living in Alberta. To the north of me are the Edmonton Oilers, and to the south of me are the Calgary Flames. And here I am, smack dab in the middle. So join me for season 1 of the Albertan Coyotes Fan, where I talk about the Arizona Coyotes, the 23-24 Arizona Coyotes. Let's see if we make the playoffs this year. Stay howling. Go Yotes! Yotes lose 5-4 against the LA Kings. And this was a game where they were up 4-1. Here we go. 37 seconds in, the Coyotes score. Michelli gets a bank pass from Bukestad, puts it in the back of the net. We are up 1-0. But the Kings find a way to come back. So they tie it up. It is 1-1. And for whatever reason, and I was screaming at my TV, I don't know about anyone else, the Coyotes backed off. But they didn't back off for long, because a second goal for the Coyotes was scored after a whole round of cycling, where instead of just passing it, it was left for the next player to pick up, and it worked. The puck was left by Schmaltz. Moser picks it up, squares up to the net, takes a shot, it goes in. Go Yotes! We're up 2-1. And then another goal gets scored. McBain tips it in off of O'Brien's shot from a pass from McBain, which was basically patted down because the Kings were trying to clear the zone. They didn't get the puck high enough. McBain sets it down, passes it to O'Brien, who takes the shot, and it tips off of McBain and into the net. 3-1. And then finally, letting out his inner Bobby Orr, Sean Dursey comes up on the left side. He's protecting the puck. He's got his stick way out here. He comes in and he leaps and puts the puck in the back of the net. We are up 4-1. This was scored against Cam Talbot, not Phoenix Copley, who started for the Kings, which I don't think I mentioned yet, but here's me mentioning it now. Phoenix Copley gets pulled after that third goal. Cam Talbot gets put in, and the first shot that he faces, he goes in the back of the net. So, in 7 shots, that's how many the Coyotes have right now. They have scored 4 goals. And yes, the Yotes are winning. It's going great. Why are they slowing down? Why is that man left open? Why is Vejmelka not being covered? Why are they going up shot after shot while we're stuck on 7 shots for most of the rest of this period? But the Yotes do manage to hold out. And then we get into the second period. And the Coyotes still look slow, which is not good. And I figured, because Fan has to have hope somewhere, that maybe they were trying to slow things down because they had a huge lead. So they were trying to conserve their energy and make sure that the other team, they were playing really good defense for the first bit. But whatever I figured they were doing, it wasn't working. Kings score. It's 2-4. And I made a note that is absolutely not fortune-telling. Totally not at all. We have to know that though we got 3 goals and 6 shots, the same can happen to us at any unfortunate moment. I can English. Mistakes are possible and more likely when the opposition is running the show. Now, I kind of predicted the future. It did not happen in 6 shots, but we are going to get to it. You know what the score is already. Spoilers are in the title. We get into the third period, and I figured, okay, the Coyotes have had their rest. They're going to come out firing. They did not come out firing. What ended up happening is me yelling at people to get fired. Because Kings score once. Kings scores twice. Kings score a third time. And we end 5-4. Now, that is a very quick and very, compacted way of explaining away the game. There were a lot of good things to happen. There were a lot of bad things to happen. It's hockey. That's how it works. One of the good things. The Coyotes were kind of figuring out their plays a little bit better. Cooley had a really good chance to break the ankles of, I believe it was Kempe. Might have been Kopitar, whoever wears 11 for the Kings, because I can memorize numbers totally. Either way, Cooley breaks the ankles of a Kings player, but he doesn't get past the goaltender. In the same right, Vejmelka, on top of his game today, even with the lack of help in the latter stages of this game, he was making incredible plays. All of that would be for naught when the final horn buzzed. And this was a game of bits and pieces. You've heard that a game is usually ran by inches or by centimeters if you want to use the metric system. This game wasn't really like, you can use stages of measurement. That's fine, go ahead. But it was bits and pieces of the puck or of the player that got in the way of making this game more of a blowout than it was. Either it was Talbot making a ridiculous save against Dursey, or a deflection sort of save off of Vejmelka that hit the post and went out. There were just certain things where it's all about the bits and pieces that made contact. And in the same right, it's in the bits and pieces of the Coyotes' play that we both went up in the first period and collapsed in the second and third. Bit number 1, O'Brien. Yes, we need, and I've talked about this before, we need someone who will stand up for the team. I 100% support him getting aggressive, getting in there, getting really, dukes up and all that kind of fun stuff. I am all for that. You need to follow it up with not that. You need to follow it up with pressure on the defense, with pressure on the offense. And yeah, O'Brien had a point or two. I think it was just a point in this game. But we lost. The other bit, I don't know what kind of talk happened in the coach's room, but I want to talk to the coach that said, hey, you played 10 minutes. Congrats. That's the game, boys. That's the game. Let's go home. And I know that's probably not the words that were mentioned, but something had to have been said or something had to have been not said, because the Coyotes only played 10 minutes. They were held to only one more shot after that 7-shot frenzy going into the second period. If we are going to show the league that we are a different team, we need to show up for more than 10 minutes. We could have had the Kings tonight. And yeah, they are a faster team. So is Edmonton, so is Boston, so is Tampa, so is Colorado, so is Dallas, so is Vancouver at this point. I could keep naming teams that are fast. Toronto. Anaheim was pretty quick. There are other teams that are quick. If we want to use that excuse against the Kings, then why don't we just use the excuse over every other team that we play, except maybe the Flames? Maybe. Because every team has their style of quickness or their style of play that is meant to beat you. And to have the excuse of, oh, well, they were just too quick for us tonight. Well, then you look at that and you say, okay, well, how do I be quicker than the other guy? Maybe it's speed on the ice. Maybe it's up here, where you're quicker on the decision making, on the hockey sense. But you have to find something where quickness is no longer an excuse. It's something that can be defended against. Because you can start all the fights and all the brawls that you want. I did not watch this game to see a UFC fight. I do not care about the fights if we're not going to follow it up with a win. Especially when we had it in the bag. This is not the team from a couple of years ago. This is not the team from last year. This is a team that has become a bit more developed. Let's act like it. For more than 10 minutes of a game. As they say, act like you've been here before. Well, now you have the potential to play with the teams who are considered elite. I have seen graph after graph saying that the Coyotes have improved. Act like it. You have the potential to do great things, even this year. Yeah, we're looking at this year as okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what we can kind of build on. You have the potential to do more than that. You have good chemistry. You have people that can fill all the roles. Act like it. Fix the defense. Fix the offense. Give Vemelka something. Any of the past goaltenders that we've had, give them something. Kemper leaves, he wins the cup. Hill leaves, he wins the cup. Clearly it's not the goaltending that's the issue. We're not helping out our goaltenders. The goaltender can't do it all on his own. And now you have a team where the defense can be fixed if you do the right things. If you put people in the right places on the ice, especially with the quicker players. You have the potential to do great things. Act like it. A team of veterans should not be outshone by a kid who is just entering the league. Cooley, kudos to you for actually playing what looked like the full 60 minutes. The rest of you should be ashamed. Vemelka, you're out of this. You're good. Congrats on the 4 goals in the first period. You might as well not have scored 1 for the way you played tonight. This might as well have been a shutout game. And yeah, we're early in the season. It's just a couple of points. All that noise. This is the time to grow. This is the time to get those experiences where you know what winning tastes like. So that when you get down closer to when, as you want to put it, the 2 points actually matter, we know what to do. We don't have to act like we've been there before. We have been there before at that point. Let's act like we've been there before now so that we can actually be there in the future. We play the Blackhawks on Monday. But I think there will be one video before that. I'm going to the Heritage Classic game, and I'm thinking of possibly doing a bit of a video on that. Basically, the Albertan Coyotes fan is going to an Oilers game cheering for the Oilers. We'll get a video of the Heritage Classic game, and then on Monday, let's hope I don't torture myself with more hockey. I'm proud of this team, but with that pride there comes that level of we can do better than that. We can do better than what I saw tonight. And this is coming from a guy that doesn't play hockey, so you can take it any way you want to take it. You know, pick your poison. Do I know what I'm talking about? Probably not. But we can pretend I do. I'm acting like I've been here before, kind of, sort of. I think, maybe, not now, but I was. So that one day, these videos will be better and have better quality because the acting like I've been here will turn into I've been here. So maybe me and the Coyotes aren't that far apart. It just hurts to see the potential do that. I don't even have a proper word for it. It just do that. They shouldn't be doing that. Thanks for watching. Stay howling. Go Yotes. Let's hope for a gooder next time. It's the Blackhawks. We should be able to do it.